Hi, I'm Jennifer Webb. I joined LadyBoss because I was just sick and tired of feeling disgusting and ugly in my own body. I am a mom of two. I have a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old. I'm a full-time nurse. My husband is a firefighter. We do have definitely busy schedules. I'm also a PTA mom. My kids are in Bible school. They're both very active in sports. So time in my family is very chaotic. I always put everybody first before myself, which kind of led me into weight gain. A little bit about my past is I always was actually a very thin person. I'm 5'8", and I was always 115, 120 pounds growing up. They actually called me Sticks. That was my nickname. It wasn't until after my first child, when I was 29 years old, that I started to actually gain the weight. Actually, after my first child was born, I did Weight Watchers, and I did end up losing some of the weight. Had my second child, but had some serious complications with that pregnancy, which led me to bed rest and many hospitalizations, and I ended up gaining 75 pounds with my daughter. After I had her, it seemed very hard for me to drop the weight just because I let myself go. Like I said, I put everybody else before myself, and I would just find myself, unhealthy, not eating or snacking all day and then binge eating at night when everybody was in bed. I've tried so many things in the past, from, low carbs to a diet where I was on 800 calories a day, and I had to go in and get checked once a week by a physician, where I wasn't even allowed to exercise because the calories were so dangerously low. And even with that, I wasn't really losing weight, and I was getting frustrated, and I was starving myself, and I was very moody and angry at life, and I would just give up. Then I would reflect back into just eating and going back to where my comfort was, and that was just eating whatever I wanted to, knowing that I was so unhappy with myself, but I felt like there was no way out, that I would never lose the weight with everything that I've tried, the shakes and, the juicing and, I tried everything. There's so many things, I can't even remember them all that I've tried. Every infomercial on TV, I think I gave it a go. Every laxative, every weight loss pill, every one of those quick fixes that you saw on TV, I invested my money just to lose that money, thinking that, oh, in 2 weeks you can lose 30 pounds. And, of course, we all jump on that lie, thinking that it would be, amazing and it's going to work for me, and it doesn't. So I really was just getting deeper into denial, if you will, thinking that this is just how I'm going to be, and I just had to accept it. I was very unhappy, and my children and my husband started noticing. I wasn't even really able to keep up with my kids in their sport activities and playing with them in the backyard. I would get very winded easily, and I would, have to sit down and let them just play while I watched. And I felt like I wasted so many precious moments with them because of what I was going through personally. And they were just too little to kind of understand, what was going on within myself. I was ashamed to be who I was. I was ashamed for my husband to be with me in public. And it just got really bad, where I didn't even want to go anywhere. I felt ugly all the time. I didn't even want to apply myself anymore. It wasn't until 2015 where I ended up having some health issues, and I ended up getting a genetic testing done because I have a really high risk of cancer in my family. And I ended up testing positive for this genetic testing. Which meant my risk of breast cancer went up to 87%, and my risk of cervical cancer went up to 67%. And there was about a 3-month period where I was in every emotional roller coaster of my ups and downs, of denial to sadness to anger to depression, and everything kind of led me back to eating my feelings away and adding more weight. With that being said, I finally made the decision to get some prophylactic surgeries done, to just better my health and not take the chance of getting cancer down the road, which I had that done September of 2015 was one of my many first surgeries, which I wasn't expecting. I ended up having 8 surgeries in 9 months with many complications, and thus leading to more weight gain. I wasn't allowed to work out. I wasn't allowed to even sweat the whole time. I could barely use my arm. I wasn't allowed to pick up my children. I wasn't allowed to drive. I wasn't allowed to do anything. No laundry. I wasn't allowed to lift anything more than 10 pounds the whole year. So it really played a toll on my body, and I just could just sit around and just eat. That's all I could do. I was just so sad, like, knowing that I couldn't do anything about it. And something just kind of hit me along the way where I just knew that I had to change, and I was bettering myself, getting these surgeries, that I also wanted to better myself in the way I looked and the way I felt about myself. So I knew that once I was recovered, I had to do something to change. So it was when I was recovering that I came across one of Kaelin's Facebook videos, and I actually started doing some research and looking into her stuff on YouTube, where I said, you know, I have to give this a shot. I have to give it a go. I mean, what do I have to lose? I've tried everything else. I was not cleared to do any kind of workouts for a while after, but I remember begging the doctor to please let me do something. And it wasn't until June of 2016 where I was able to actually do any kind of activity. So I started LadyBoss June 30th, 2016, and it was the best thing I've ever done. There's so many things about the program that I can just go on and on about, and one of them is this: I feel like it's a no-brainer. It's like everything is laid out right there for you. This journey has been amazing. The Facebook group that we have with the accountability, I think, has been one of the best things for me personally. It has truly saved my life. I am down 25 pounds, countless inches. I don't even know how many. I think I started in a size 14, 16 pair of pants, and I'm down in size, I think, like an 8 now. It's just been absolutely amazing. So something just clicked, and I just knew it was time to change. And the amount of confidence I have now is like endless. And I owe it all to LadyBoss. And I can't wait to see what else my journey has in store for me. Because this is a lifestyle, and this is something I will continue to do. And now I outrun my kids, and they are taking breaks while mommy is still running around the yard. And I'm proud to go out in public. And I think my husband's also proud of me as well. He gives me lots of compliments, so I know that I'm doing something right. So thank you, Kaelin, and thank you for putting this lifestyle together for me, and I know many, many, many women as well. I owe you everything. Thank you so much.